Today, Manipur actually was on a path of peace and growth. It is not just about the problem, it is how you handle the problem that becomes the problem at the end of the day. The main concern has been the prevailing situation in Manipur.
What does a political leader do when he visits a state that's still trying to heal? For Conrad Sangma, the answer wasn't inaugurating a political party office or holding political meetings. It was about talking something far more difficult: trust. During his two-day visit to Manipur, the National People's Party president met Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand Singh, interacted with party workers, inaugurated the NPP's new state headquarters in Imphal, and reviewed the party's preparations for the assembly elections. But through every engagement, one message remained constant. According to Sangma, lasting peace cannot be imposed through security measures alone. It has to begin with rebuilding trust between communities. Because without trust, dialogue becomes impossible. Without dialogue, peace remains temporary.
But at the same time, as you said correctly, the current prevailing situation is something that is of great concern to all of us. And we have stressed that it is very, very important for us to be able to build the trust amongst all the different communities. That will be the number one target to move forward.
He also drew attention to another challenge that often receives far less attention than the violence itself: jobs. Sangma said young people need opportunities, arguing that economic growth is just as important as political reconciliation if Manipur is to move forward.
Today, Manipur actually was on a path of peace and growth, and that has now suddenly been cut. So, livelihood has been affected. Economic condition of the people and individuals is really affected largely. So, a very strong economic policy will have to be created where we will have to stress a lot on many activities that are going to focus on creating sectors and industries based on the strengths of Manipur out here.
He also reiterated the need to rehabilitate thousands of internally displaced families, acknowledging that the safe return home remains one of the state's biggest humanitarian challenges. Perhaps the most significant takeaway from the visit wasn't any political announcement. It was the attempt to shift the conversation from conflict to confidence, and from divisions to dialogue, and from merely restoring law and order to rebuilding relationships between people.
Majority of the discussion was, how we can play our part even now to improve the situation and bring in, some stability and peace, and how can we support and help the IDPs. So all of these discussions are the major issues that we are facing, and as I said, there is no one right answer to that as of now. It's a complicated situation, but I think the consistency with which we have to work, the trust that we have to build must start, and therefore we have all realized that even as a political party, we must ensure that we reach out.
At the same time, Sangma made it clear that NPP is preparing to contest the next Manipur assembly elections independently, signaling that the party wants to expand its political footprint while projecting itself as a voice for reconciliation in the region.
And some way people are looking at an alternative, is the sense that I am getting now. And especially an alternative that is in a way homegrown, in a way that is regionally founded, in a way that has principles and understanding of the micro details of what our different communities feel, what our different communities believe, and how we need to coexist and work with each other. I think that kind of a sense is what people are looking for, and we are hoping that that vacuum is something that the National People's Party will be able to fill.
Whether that vision translates into lasting peace will depend on many stakeholders. But one message from this visit stood out above everything else. Before Manipur can rebuild its future, it must first rebuild trust.